Hi everyone, hope you had a good week. I had a very good week, so thank you for coming back. And if you're new on my YouTube channel, I'm just simply talking about stuff in our life. I've been talking about going to the bathroom for the past 2 weeks, and I promise this is the last one, but there was so much thing to talk about, so that's why I had to do it in 3 parts. So today I'm going to talk about when we're doing number two. And I realized that in North America, and we take our toilet and toilet paper for granted. Um, where some of us are using like tons of toilet paper in one session, like ton of it, when other country, like even like in Europe, I remember going in France, going to a public toilet, or even in Mexico, like they give you like 5 squares, like. So here in North America, we're not, we're pretty generous with our toilet paper. It's for some country, for a lot of country, toilet and toilet paper is luxury. For example, I've been in Mexico numerous times, and you go to the bathroom in Mexico. Most places have an actual toilet, like a typical toilet, but they don't put a seat. Like if you're gonna go the extra mile of putting a toilet, why don't you put a seat? I don't know why they don't. I don't know if they're afraid of sitting down when they're going to the bathroom. I don't know what the deal is. I understand it's a little bit more expensive, but if you're it's not the most expensive part of the toilet. It's probably actually the cheapest part. So you have to squat. I don't know why. I really don't. I don't know if it's for bacteria or it's just weird. And there's a lot of countries like this. You have to squat. There's no sitting down, relaxing, enjoying the moment, playing games on your phone. No, you're not playing game on your phone. Try to play a game on your phone squatting. It's not for a few minutes maybe, but not for 10, 15 minutes. Then there's worse. There's a lot worse than that. I've been in Morocco about 15, 20 years ago. And in Morocco, it's very unique, but I'm sure it's not. I'm sure there's a lot of countries like this, but that's the only country I went to that I had to experience this. And this is throughout the country. You might have a typical toilet if you go in a 5-star hotel, but otherwise, I remember the first time I went to a restaurant and I asked for the bathroom, and they direct me to the bathroom. So I go in this little place, under the stairs bathroom. You open it and then you almost have to bend. Then I'm looking for toilet and there's no toilet. And then I notice on the ground there's a hole about that big. Now in Morocco, that's what it is. There's a hole on the ground. So there's a little bit of concrete sometimes, and they just put a hole. But the thing is, sometimes the hole is about that big. Sometimes it's bigger, but sometimes it's that big. So, but that time, my first experience, the hole was that big. I'm like, how is it gonna go in there? So first of all, it's literally underground. So you really have to squat, and there's no handrail or nothing. You're just squatting like this, and you're trying to hold. And then you have to aim the hole in the ground, and then you do your business. Trust me, my mom came when I traveled about 2 years, and my mom came during that 2 weeks that I was in Morocco, and I'm not kidding. She didn't go to the bathroom once in 2 weeks. Like that was very dangerous actually, but she just couldn't. She just couldn't do it. So then I start doing my business, but then it doesn't go in the hole. And then there's a bucket there, so you fill it with water, and then you pour the water in the little enclosure with the hole, but then it doesn't go in because the hole is too small. So then I turn around and I see a wooden stick, like a broomstick. And like the first 6 inches of the stick is all brownish, right? And then so I figure, well, that must be to poke your feces in the hole. So I grab the stick and then you poke it and then you put water. So that's how you go to the bathroom in Morocco. So next time you use a bathroom here, think about this. How lucky you are to be in the comfort of a nice toilet, sitting down, and maybe play a game on it. And yeah, think about it. Another thing that I learned not so long ago, I've never been to the Philippines. You know, I've been in some countries in Southeast Asia, and most places had toilet. But in Philippines, I'm sure they do have toilet, but there's, when you go in villages and in poor area, you know, sometimes you have to dig a hole, and they don't have toilet paper. They don't use toilet paper because they can't afford it. So I was told by a Filipino, like she told me this, and I couldn't believe it. And I've heard that from Mexican too, like that lived like in the country, that they would use corn. Yeah. So they eat the corn, and then the actual cob, or whatever it's called, I think it's cob, they use that to wipe. Or leaves, which is, that would be my first, the first thing I would use if I didn't have anything would be leaves. So if they don't have leaves, they use corn. If they don't have corn, they use a stick. Yeah, a stick. Now, I don't know how it works. I don't know if you scrape. I don't know how this is like so weird using like a stick to wipe. And then another thing she told me is that some places have toilet as well, but like Mexico, they don't have the seat. So she told me that a lot of people will squat on the toilet. So they would climb on the toilet. So picture a toilet and you're squatting on the toilet. Why they don't squat like normal people, like from the ground? They do it from the toilet. And for her, it was just normal. I'm like, no, it's not. Like, can you imagine your grandma, like 80 years old, like squatting on the toilet? Like, how is that even possible? Well, that's what they do over there. And just think about it, because most countries are like that. Like, they don't have a typical toilet, and a lot of countries use their hands to wipe because they can't afford toilet paper. So for instance, in Morocco, I know that they use their left hand because they eat with their right hand, and they'll never shake your hands with their left hand because this is what they use. Yeah, this is what they use. So that was my last week talking about going to the bathroom. I hope you enjoyed it. I promise I won't ever talk about this again. And I hope you had a good week. And don't forget to subscribe and tell your friends. Thank you and have a good week.